Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ward 1 Town Hall. I'm Maureen. I'm your Town Council representative and your host for the evening. To my right and, right. Left, right.
You're right.
You're right. Don Abatello is the president of the Easton Town Council, and he actually lives in Ward 2, so he's not in a cool ward like us. And in the back, we've got Mayor Megan Cook. We've got Holly Pekarsky, who's our Director of Economic Development. They moved her office today, so she's not talking. And Kurt Fuchs with Easton Utilities, the Manager of External Affairs. So we got lots of cool people. And Ward 1 is number 1, don't forget that. We cover the most territory. We come right from over here, all the way up to the new hospital, out to, where is it? Just one.
Chapel East.
The north of Chapel East. Hyde Park, thank you. Who's from Hyde Park? Anybody here from Hyde Park?
I'm there a lot.
No? Hyde Park, we go all the way over to Easton Village, we go downtown to Goldsboro. We go everywhere, so we're the biggest.
That's the only traffic circle in Easton, I think.
What's that?
The hospital.
The hospital.
The new hospital.
Circle.
I
guess it's only a
Yeah,
circle.
you're right.
The only one.
Oh, and last but not least, our chief of police, Alan Lowry. Yay! Look at that, you walk in and get an ovation. So thank you all for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks for signing in. If you haven't, stop over. My business cards are there. My cell phone number is on there. If you ever need me, you call me. Hello, Eddie.
Hi.
I didn't see you come in. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we know it's getting late already because it's 7 o'clock. So I'm the last one to do this. My fellow council members have all done their wards, and I don't know, what do you think? The feedback's been pretty darn good. Yeah.
Positive,
So I encourage you to see what we've got going on and feel free to ask any questions that you may have of me, and if I can't answer them, I will certainly write them down in my trusty notebook and get the answer for you, unless one of my esteemed colleagues can answer for me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get, yes, sir.
A few things real quick.
Absolutely. Housekeeping?
Yeah, 2 housekeeping things. In case you need to use the restroom, ladies' room is right across the lobby here, men's room down the hall to the left. And if you do have a question, we'd love to hear your questions. But it's very hard because we're trying to live stream this as well for people to hear you if you ask your question from your seat. So we do have a microphone up here in the front. So we just ask you to save your question, comments, concerns, whatever they may be, and come up to the front if you don't mind. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Don. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start. We call this our Easton Updates. An ode to Mayor Cook. She is obsessive about leaves in the streets. Don't do it. Please don't do it. It just, gunks up our already overbeared, what do you call those things? Storm drains. So keep them on your lawn. And in most of Ward 1, we don't have any sidewalks. So you got to keep it on your own property. And I know I've been doing this for almost 30 years in my house. So just keep them up off the curb on your property, and we'll be by to get them, right? And they already started picking leaves up, didn't they, Mayor Cook? Okay, good. So don't break them on the street. We ask you. We beg of you. If you want to bag them, even better, but not to worry. We'll come get them if they're loose. Okay, we're going to talk about the East Avenue Storm Drain Project. May not sound exciting, but if you've ever been anywhere in this town where when there's a heavy rain and you can go through certain areas, and you can go through an awfully lot deep water. So we get a new 48-inch pipe, which increases the water flow by 3 times. And this was money from ARPA, correct? So we are coming to the end of our ARPA projects, which if we all remember, came out of the COVID pandemic. But we've got over 2,100 new feet of new storm drain coming in, which I think you're gonna really see a difference when you, when, in the springtime when we get the heavy rains. And some of that stuff we're replacing, seriously, over 100 years old. So it's time. So, and we expect to complete that by December 2025. We have a new company coming to town. We're very excited, called Vetagrow. And they just broke ground in September at Mistletoe Hall Farm, which is, I keep calling it farm. It used to be a farm. It's now a commerce business park. And they are an Italian company, and they manufacture animal nutrition products and supplements. And we will be their first location in the United States. July 2026? Wow. Okay, that's exciting. When we say everything's local, we had to write a letter to the president asking him to waive their tariffs, because they're really concerned about the tariffs coming to us from Italy. So we got the state, we got the county, and ourselves all got together and wrote letters to the Trump administration asking for forgiveness for this new fledgling business. They have great plans. I think the mayor said right now they only do animal supplements, but they're looking at moving into the possibility of doing human supplements as well, which will, how many jobs are we looking at for, it's like 50?
About 50 right now, but
50,
we're only
right.
running a couple shifts.
Yeah.
We're planning to run a couple shifts.
So 50 jobs to start out, and if they go to a second shift, then they'll have to double that, which is great. So it's a terrific opportunity, and our first real big employer out at Mistletoe, so we're excited about that. Speaking of Mistletoe, on Saturday, is it Saturday? We opened we cut the ribbon on the A. James Clark Emergency Service Training Campus, which is a 3,500 square foot concrete public safety building for first responder training. And I'm gonna let Don talk about this because he has been a member of the fire company for many years and has been involved with this project from the onset.
Sure. Happy to.
So several years ago, Mayor Willie, who's also a longtime member of the fire department, set aside a piece of property at Mistletoe Hall Farms for a training facility. Right now, as a volunteer firefighter in Easton, you have to travel either up to Centerville, Maryland, to go to the training academy there, possibly even other locations on the shore. When I did my fire training, I actually went to Millersville, which is over by BWI Airport. So the idea was to provide live fire training and other training opportunities to not only Easton, but also to Easton Fire Department, but also to the police department, to the Talbot paramedics, basically to offer a wide variety of opportunities, because when there's a major incident, it's not just Easton acting alone or the police department acting alone, it's all of us working together. So this provides an excellent opportunity for all of us to work together and train together. And when you train well together, you know, usually in an instance of a actual emergency, you respond well together. So that's the whole point. We had the ribbon cutting just this past Saturday. It's a really amazing facility. You can definitely drive by and check it out. It's worth taking a look at, and it's state of the art. And we've received a lot of support from the community, a lot of donations. This is not paid with tax money. This is all local tax money. This is all donations, and there's also a couple of federal grants as well.
Thanks, Don. And it's not just fire.
Right.
It's law enforcement, homeland security, emergency medical services. So it's a multi-use facility that will attract folks from all up and down the shore, correct? So just another feather in our cap. In Ward 1, by the way. Mistletoe Hall's in Ward 1. I forgot to say that. Oh, speaking of Ward 1, the University of Maryland Shore Regional Medical Center complex is also in Ward 1, a $550 million project. Most of you, I'm sure, have heard about this, 122 licensed beds with private rooms. I think the most exciting part is the 27 treatment bays and the 25 additional short stay locations and 7 operating rooms. So that makes a difference. The bed count is not going to change dramatically, but what we're going to be able to accomplish in that building is 10 times what we can accomplish in the existing building. So it's a 6-level main building with a helipad, and the second story work is underway, and the hospital is expected to open in summer 2028. So, and as you can see underneath there, they're gonna have a birthing center, cardiac intervention, critical care, emergency services, neurosciences, orthopedics, vascular services, women's services, and much more. So, and for those of you that have any an interest in this, tune in tomorrow night to the county council meeting. And I think specifically Ken Kozel is going to be speaking, who's the president and CEO, about their plans for the current location on Washington Street, which we're all very interested in and working together. Okay, how many people have sat for a while at a traffic light here in Easton? We're making it better for you. We're using my pet peeve is the one at Harrison and Goldsboro forever. So again, we're back to our ARPA funds, using that money to improve the town services. The project totals about $1.3 million, and that gives us an upgrade to 14 of our traffic signals around town. So safer, significantly reducing wait times at intersections, which is my favorite. And additionally, I know the more intersections, we'll see the push button signals for pedestrians at signalized crosswalks and among other ADA improvements. And we are working with our friends at Talbot Thrive to make, Easton basically a much more pedestrian and bike-friendly community, because the more people we have walking and biking, the less cars we have in town, which is what we all want to see. So work is underway on the. This is really just starting, isn't it? Is the traffic lights kind
How
of?
many have we gotten through, Mayor?
We're partway through.
Partway through.
Only a few of the signals are up and running, but the infrastructure is going in.
Okay, great. So we'll be working into 2026 on this project. So, okie dokie. Near and dear to my heart is our new exciting visitor center, which will be opening. I don't know, Holly. When's it opening? Soon? It'll be open before water. As you know the mantra, it'll be open before waterfowl.
It's temporary.
It's temporary, but it really is going to be something special. It's going to be a whole interactive visitor center experience. Holly and her team have their offices there with the Easton Economic Development Corporation. We've got beautiful new public restrooms with ADA access, and it's right off the parking lot there. And for those of you who don't know where the visitor center is, directly across the street from Town Hall, just out the back door of the Avalon Theater, faces Harrison Street, almost directly across from Town Hall. So we're excited about that. The redesign, we're working on getting some input from some community leaders to see what kind of panels we want to put in there for a real high-end interactive experience. And that'll be the first time ever we've had something like this that's just Easton and Easton alone, and we're very excited about it. So, oh yeah, and can't not say that we did redo that parking lot too. So the parking lot across from Town Hall is now restriped, repaved, and resealed. So beautiful. So look for the grand opening of the visitor center very soon. Okay, we have a new. How many people go to our website to look for things? Okay, all right. I'm excited about this one because for the first time in our history, you can now go to our Parks and Recs page and see all the parks we have, what you can do in each park, and how you can, because every park is so different. We have so many, we've got great parks, and you can reserve space in the park. You can do that on this new platform online. You can register for camps for the kids for the summer online, which is great. And it covers the pavilions, ball fields, and more. And are we launching that? Is it launched, Greg?
Next month.
Next month, November. Okay. Ooh, that's like next week.
It's coming soon.
Okay. All right. Now I know people are very interested in the comp plan, and I know we're coming close to getting the portion of the comp plan where we're going to be looking for public feedback, which is very important. All the chapters have been drafted and reviewed, and now the whole document is together and coming under a final review. This is a yeoman's task, as you can imagine, to redo the comprehensive plan for the town. Once we have the full draft ready, we're going to open it up to the public, and you're invited to review it, and we will have a series of public meetings, and we will be notifying you on our website, on social media, and in the Star Democrat. So look for that. I know if you want to say where we're going in the future, the comp plan is our guide. So please take the time. I know it's not exactly light reading, but I know lots of people in this room have read it cover to cover. Right, Tom?
Absolutely.
Okay. This is a really exciting project that I'm happy to share with you, and this is the East End small area plan. And when we say East End, we're talking about Dover Street, okay? Dover Street going out towards Route 50. So what you see here is Dover Street, okay? And the white buildings are all new. You familiar with where Dover Street hits Rails to Trails at the train station between Goldsboro and Dover? So this area covers that whole stretch, but going out Dover Street. And we've got a plan that we've been working on, 1997, look at that. And we are in the process of holding interactive charrettes. We held one a couple of weeks ago, I think, and we don't have a final report yet, but we are looking for one probably in the next 30 days or so. Has anybody been into the new market square on Dover Street? I mean, it's exciting. That's the anchor. We are going to have a new brewery coming in there, Fin City, I think it's called, and then we're going to have a cafe, and 4 Dogs, who I can't reach up that high, but 4 Dogs is coming into that neighborhood as well, in the old space where Sidetracks used to be. So we are very excited about that. Nobody more excited than Chief Lowry. He's just really looking forward to that one. So, and we're excited because this is a true renaissance. Plus with what Fellow is doing along, as far as the residential component of this, along Rails to Trails. For those of you that don't get down to that end of Rails to Trails very often, there's a whole slew of townhomes and apartments going in between Brooklets and Dover Street. So it's going to be, that whole area is going to pop, and it's exciting. We're really looking forward to it. So, and of course that will come to us, the council, later on for approval for all of these small area plans. I forgot to mention our hero of affordable housing. Oh, I'm sorry, but you didn't say hello to me when you came in. Jim Bent, let's hear it for Jim Bent. The longest running unpaid volunteer in town history, I think. He's been chairing our affordable housing task force, I don't know, 20 years or so. And of course, this is the plan that's coming out of the task force. So don't think that this is, it says created early in 2024. That's when they started working on the affordable housing task force plan. you know, I'm one of the people that couldn't afford to buy my house today if I was trying to do it again. And I think there are a lot of people, you know, in that same boat. We treasure what we have because this is a very special town. But there are a lot of other people that would like to come live here, that work here, that can't live here because there's just no affordable options. So the task force plan has taken that head on, and they are looking for help from the state, which we definitely need in order to make this happen. But well, we're going to be looking for the help from the state, I should say. But the task force is going to be presenting to us when, Jim?
November 17th.
November 17th. There you go. We look forward to it because we know you've been working on it for a long time. So thank you for all that hard work. And I'm going to move on to, this is the last slide, isn't it? Engage Easton. All right, I asked the question about the website earlier because this is probably the most exciting thing that we have done on our website to date. This gives you the opportunity to give us public feedback. You can go right in. It's got interactive maps, it's got surveys, it's got polls, project timelines, and descriptions for multiple departments. And it just went live a week ago? Yeah, about a week ago. So check it out, Engage Easton. And there's also, and we're building it, which is, you know, it's not 100% yet, but we will be building it as the months go on. And you can, as you can see up here on the top, right, you can create your own profile, and you can communicate with department heads and different town officials through Engage Easton, and we are really excited about this. So look for it on the Easton homepage. And I guess that's it. Question and answer time. Unless anybody from staff has anything to say. Nope. All right. Who's got questions? Yeah, gotta come to the microphone, please.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth Lane. Recently, Easton received money from the Maryland Historic Commission to restore the train station. And as a member of Talbot County Garden Club, we plan to help do the outside of the train station. But when are you guys going to start your work so that we can start our work?
Mayor Cook?
So we received Maryland Historic Trust grant just to replace the roof. So we are working with the state right now on clearing our easements. We have a contractor all ready to go. The council's already allotted the money. We used money that we had previously allocated for the visitor center to be the match for this historic trust grant. So we're excited. We're just waiting on the state. So hopefully within the next month or so, we'll have a better idea when the work can start. But we're ready to go.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir? Yeah, please, come up to the microphone.
Well, I'm a newcomer here. I've only lived here about 5-6 years.
To the microphone, please. Yeah.
First place was in Cook's Hope, and if you all know Cook's Hope, it was a wonderful master plan. And every time it rained hard, those storm drains would just bubble up like a geyser. It's sea level. So this project, this stormwater project, which now I'm living at Dixon Square, we thought, my God, look, the city moved in and tore down all the landscaping without letting the HOA notify all the owners, hey, get ready, this is gonna be a year project. So a lot of people who were gonna go on the market, can you all hear me? Yeah. A couple of them were going into independent living that had to delay their sale. What?
You need to go
Take
back.
the mic up a little bit.
clean it up.
Okay.
Okay. So they got caught short, they wanted to sell, but you can't sell with that going outside without having diminished value. So long story short, I have not been elected by Dixon Square to speak for the community. I have taken it upon myself. I've built 27 custom downsized homes for baby boomers at country clubs around the country. And I'm intimately involved with stormwater. And I just want everybody here to realize when we talk about stormwater, don't talk about biblical Old Testament rains and climate change. The problem with stormwater is that every time you grow, you're adding roofs, solid surfaces, driveways, roads, and when that water runs off, it used to have a place to go. Now it doesn't.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of communities doing that. Every time I built, I checked out the stormwater, and if it wasn't good, I wouldn't buy the land. Point being now, we're almost finished. I've been in touch with Corey and a couple of people over at engineering, and they've been very forthcoming. They've done a nice job. Some of the equipment operators over there were the Michael Jordans. Boy, they were good. But now we're getting into the final, they're pretty much past the train station. And so I said, look, the way I added value to all my homes, as opposed to the structure and the interior spaces, was landscaping. And out in Santa Barbara, I learned a lot about indigenous plants, drip irrigation, that kind of thing. And I asked the boys, I said, look, if you don't think you're gonna have to hire somebody to help you with this, let me help. I'll do it for free, out of enlightened self-interest. What the people in Dixon Square who are now looking into parking lots don't have anymore. They need the kind of landscaping. They don't need twigs attached to big stakes. They need somebody that knows what they're doing and bringing in some nice privacy. I told them, I said, look at some of the shopping malls around here, like Ober Giant. Those are osmandius hollies. They're indigenous, drought resistant, beautiful, thick privacy. They have nice little blossoms on them in the spring. I said, I've located a place north of town, which is a holding town. It's a former farm now that holds trees and shrubs and stuff for the retail market down here in town. I said, go on up there and make your deals and save yourself 40 to 60%. I'll help you do it. I know how to do it. And now that you're on this new stormwater pipeline here, it's natural for plugging into that for drip. Don't put sprinklers in. Sprinklers will bring roots up to take a drink, they'll die, especially in the first 2 years. So I said, I'll volunteer, you can have all my experience, but I knew what I was doing. Because when I finished a home, we put in big stuff, as if the house had been there for 10 years. We didn't just put in a little 10, 20 gallon stuff like a lot of builders did. So I'm very interested in, I've seen in the last week, big piles of very high-grade topsoil being dumped, big piles. So I thought, okay, here we go. I reached out to Corey and Mr. Lyons, is that the other guy's name?
You mean Cody? You need Cody.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And I said, listen, here's my number, and I'm not trying to butt into your business, but let's do it right, because those people along Dixon Square there are now looking into parking lots with no privacy landscaping at all. Deserve a little consideration now. And if you do it right, you'll be a hero. You will, it really will. And you'll save the city a lot of money on water, dead plants and stuff, and that's one suggestion. There's several bushes, but you could really do a nice job. You could make that really pretty.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
She
so,
said.
anyway.
Give me your card. My card's over there on the desk, and I will, I'll talk to Cody.
I've left him a message here. I just got back into town, but it's critical now. I mean, they're going to be putting it in, and now's the time to plant.
Right.
Because we're in, this is planting season for next year, not in the spring. And that's it for now. I got one other question later, but let's stay on the subject for now. Okay?
Thank you.
I'll talk to you too. Okay?
Okay.
Before I leave.
I'll be here.
What a mellow group. Come on, you guys.
It's Monday.
No questions?
Okay. Sandy too. Hi. So, my name's Tom Allspark. I actually own property in your ward, although I'm not presently living in it, but I do have a foot in the door to be here. Right? And the first thing I want to do is to commend Maureen, maybe 20, 25 years too late. You're all her constituents, and probably almost none of you were here, maybe some of you were, but don't remember this. But you know where Easton Village is on St. Michael's Road. Very nice development. It's about complete now. Well, it wasn't a very nice development in 2003 when it was under consideration by the town council. Instead of the 250 houses here, the developer wanted to build 500 houses there. And they wanted to put along St. Michael's Road, where there are trees now, right across from the traffic light is, and Long and Foster Realty. They wanted to put a big strip commercial mall there for shopping on St. Michael's Road. They wanted to put in a major hotel with a convention center back in there, and a number of other things. Maureen was the deciding 3-2 vote that turned that down. And 25 years later, I want to commend you for that again. Because when that happened, we worked with the developer, and what we came back with was an agreed plan that reflects what we have now, which is basically half the intensity of what would have been there, much more in keeping with the scope of development in our community. So thank you, Representative, for that again. All right.
All right, now what?
Now, you were correct that I'm really kind of drilling in on the comprehensive plan now, and I've attended the last 2 years worth of planning commission meetings. One of the things, I won't get into a lot of detail tonight, but one of the things that the planning commission focused on and this plan addresses is that we have so many housing units already approved or in the pipeline, somewhere between 1,200 and 1,400, that we really don't have a need for more housing projects, i.e. annexations for residential development in this planning situation. We touched on traffic a little bit. I've been to, I think, 3, if not 4 of these, almost as many as Don of these meetings. And traffic comes up at every one. I got some bad news about traffic. Traffic is like global warming. When it reaches a point that people start to complain about it, it's too late. You know, you can't undo it. And we're about at that tipping point because we have, if you think traffic is bad now, it's only going to get worse. And there's nothing we can do about it because all this housing has been approved. There's no room to expand our roads in internal Easton. You can't. You got our grid is what it is. So the traffic's going to get worse, but how can we prevent it from getting really, really worse? And bear in mind that the growth of Easton, those 12 or 1,400 housing units, is only half of the story because the town of Trapp down there has approved 2,500 new houses, which are now being sold on a regular basis with no restraint on how fast they're going to come on. All those folks in Trapp, Easton is going to be their home. They're going to come up here for schools, for church, for recreation, for entertainment,
Groceries.
to go out to eat, to shop for groceries. Trapp residents at this Lakeside project are all going to be essentially residents of and traffic for the town of Easton. So it's not looking great. One thing the comp plan needs to do, in my opinion, is to be more emphatic on the fact that with all this growth that's already been approved and is definitely going to come, we don't need more residential annexations for the next planning period. And I think everyone in the planning commission agreed with that. In the meetings I attended, that was the tenor of what they said. But then the language comes out in the comp plan, and it's this wimpy language about annexation that needs to be strengthened to be a bit more emphatic. Let me see if I can find what I'm complaining about here. Yeah, here it is. All right, so this is the current draft of the comp plan's statement on annexation. And what it says now, that it is appropriate to not prioritize annexation of additional lands for residential development until at least the next comprehensive plan. What do you mean, not prioritize? It should be, say, there will be no annexation for residential land in this coming 10-year planning period. We have more than enough units approved, more than enough opportunities for additional development within the town of Easton, and with TRAP coming on, all the growth we can possibly need. And we need to be more emphatic and not leave wiggle room for more residential development out in the cornfields to be annexed into Easton in this coming period.
I am with you on that.
And we need to be more emphatic about that in this plan. Okay,
Okay.
enough from me. Thank you.
Oh, great. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
See, there are people that read the comp plan. Yes, sir. You gotta come up again.
I hate to speak up again, but this gentleman is absolutely right. I've built and lived in Aspen, Charleston, Santa Barbara, and all of those towns have been.
Up to the, please, only because it's not just us, we're live on Facebook.
Oh, I see, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I built homes, custom homes in Aspen, Santa Barbara, Charleston, places that you don't think you can wreck. Quality of life has gone way down. Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina is another one with growth. And it's not just traffic lights, it's figuring out egress and ingress. And all you have to do is put in a target or something like that and just watch how things happen. And when you can ruin Charleston right now I have some people who bought my homes down there and have moved because the quality of life, the gridlock down there is unbearable. It's a tourist town. Well, look, this town is pretty special too, and don't think it can't happen here. Got to put the brakes on, I'm telling you. And that's one of the beauties. I had a couple realtors visit me a couple weekends. They're going to come out for waterfowl, and we're driving around. I took them to Oxford and St. Michael's, and they said, these are typical real estate developers. They're saying, Jesus, all this open land, my God, and they're thinking rooftops, commissions, taxes.
Right.
And they're going crazy. They said, man, I said, I don't know. You got zoning in here to protect landowners so they don't have to be upside down on their tax poor, and sell off and start bringing in. Look what happened to Chestertown. They brought in poultry and rice right outside of town. It's a mess. So, you're right. And the quality of life.
I think we recognize that as a mayor and a strong mayor and council. We recognize the fact that we don't need to annex anymore.
But it sounds
Property.
like I'm here now, I'm gonna pull up the drawbridge, and the rest of you aren't getting in. That's not my backyard thinking, but it's practical. And stormwater's another thing.
Absolutely.
How many, this new complex out here on the Denton Road, what are that, 9 new big condos gone in there? What happens when everybody flushes their toilet at the same time? Jesus God almighty. Or goes to work at the same time. I don't know how you're gonna do it. Talk is that, I talked to Giant and a couple of others, I said, are you guys getting active on this? Because you're gonna need a one-way street out here. People are gonna have to, at the bank out there, Shore United, they're telling people to come in the back way. So, anyway, that's it.
Thank you. I don't know, Mr. Fuchs, we were told emphatically that all those people that are moving in can flush away.
Amen.
That we've got plenty of capacity in these utilities to take care of them, so. It's not like we do this blindly, trust me, but I understand. I mean, for the last 30 years, and Tom knows this better than anybody sitting in this room, that the pressures to develop this town have been nothing short of nonstop and relentless, quite frankly, because we recognize what we have here. We also recognize that we don't want it to look like Ken Island, Glen Burnie, or anything else closely related. This is our town, and we're gonna protect it. So, with that being said, if there's no other questions, Mrs. Ford!
I snuck in the back.
Oh, I saw you.
first of all, I want to thank you for doing what you do. Don, Megan, all the people that work in the town, our chief of police, because if we didn't have them, we wouldn't have our town. I've lived here way too long now, for a very long time, and I love it that the town of Easton has developed in lots of ways that are really, really positive. And a couple people have mentioned some things that we should kind of take a better look at. I love our parks and trail, and it is developing in lots of really interesting ways. I know that the town is working with Talbot Thrive to make it more walkable and whatever. I am just curious because I am out on the trail and in the parks at least 5 times a day. That's what happens when you have a dog. And I know that our trails are for people who walk, bike ride, roller skate, skateboard, all that. But I'm kind of, I guess my question or something that to consider is there some kind of safety rules, just respect when people are traversing on the trail, because it's getting a little bit like a highway. And a little bit scary with you having a dog, and people that are not using. I mean, there are lots of people that, they ring their bell or say, "Come on the left," and you're like, "Thank you." But there are other people that come by and they don't even. They're just straight ahead, and it's a little scary for me and my dog. But then I'm thinking of all the other people, or little kids or whatever. Is there something that, or is there a conversation about that? And I don't know if you have an answer, but that's just a question.
I'm gonna toss that over to Chief Lowry.
I was gonna toss it to Kevon.
Kevin!
I'll be glad to answer. Hi, I'm Kevin Full. I'm a fellow citizen of Ward 1. And I'm also a volunteer for Talbot Thrive. And yes, the path is near and dear to us. We are interested in pedestrians, and cyclists, and skateboarders, and scooters, and whatnot. And what is happening now with e-vehicles is complicated. And we have to establish rules, and we have to figure out how we can police this and how we're going to behave. A lot of the aspect is relatively new to us, and I have my own thoughts on this. Talbot Thrive is made up of several members with all different kinds of interests and disciplines, and my own view of the path is everybody's responsible for that path. If you're a dog walker, you're responsible for keeping control of your dog. I am very much against the extendable leashes that some people use. As for pedestrians need to kind of treat the path like it were a road and stay to the right, like you would drive on a road. You stay to the right, you do not meander, because somebody could come up behind you and clip you. As a cyclist, yes, you should be calling out on your left. And if you're a racer, if you've got a road bike that can do 20 miles an hour, you do not belong on that path. You belong on the street. It is for the casual cyclist. So when I'm on my road bike, I'm not on the bike path. When I'm on my clunker going to rise up for a coffee, I'm on the bike path. We are talking about signage and working with the town and how to do this. I've just been recently spending time Googling fun and entertaining signs that we can put out that will engage with the participants of the path, that don't scream or demand behavior, but make them smile into positive behavior. So we're working on it. But honestly, I think the evolution of vehicles is complicating our community paths, not just Easton, but across the country. And if you start looking at countries that have major cycling and pedestrian paths, such as in the Netherlands, they've segregated the walking from the cycling. And that may be down the road for Easton, where we have to really look at that path and make it evolve to be wider and deal with the complexity of different kinds of modes of transportation that are going on. But we definitely want to encourage its continued use. Hope that helped. Thanks.
It definitely did. Thank you, Kevin.
Sure.
Appreciate that. Okay. Anybody else? It's your last chance.
Hi, I'm Patty. I live in Ashby Commons. I work for Shore Health, and I appreciate the new signs and the lights that were put up after someone had gotten hit by a car on Idlewild, and also the one that was added to Aurora. I understand because I travel it sometimes 6 days a week to get to the office. Not sure other people who are using the path understand that. I can't tell you the number of times I've been going 25 miles an hour and somebody just walks out and does not push the button. So that would also be very helpful if there was signage or some incentive, I don't know, to use it. But I'd like to see everybody keep safe, and I think it's a great idea to put them in. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, look at this. 7:47. I'm gonna send you all home to watch, I don't know, baseball? What's on? I'll be here if you want to come up and chat. You want to grab my card on the way out. I thank you all for,
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Tyler. We're Ward 1, just down the street. I just want to thank everyone involved, and especially both of you, for having this town hall. I think the transparency is needed, and I don't remember that we've ever had a town hall like this. And I'm sure that you guys certainly appreciate learning what you guys have been doing. And I'm pleased to hear that you guys are doing more walkable, trying to make the town of Easton more walkable. And understanding that we have the trail, and I'm a big fan of the rails trails, and I like to go on walks there. And also making the town more ADA accessible. I do have a rare skin disease, and I think providing more ADA access is always important, and I always support that. So I would just like to know what your exact plans are for making the town of Easton more walkable, because I think when we see people walking in the town, it does decrease cars, and I think it just makes the town more lively and more accessible. And with the trail in mind, but also making the town, which can be hard to have, to incorporate more walkable areas. How are you going to make it more walkable and also more ADA friendly?
Thank you, Tyler.
Thanks, Tom.
It's a good time to introduce, right? Mayor's back there smiling at me. We are actually putting sidewalks in along Washington Street, right out here in good old Ward 1. So we're pretty excited about that. Specifics?
We need money.
I know we need money.
I just want to make that clear to everyone.
Survey stage, right?
Yeah.
I know. Okay, we're not shovel ready for
We're
this.
not
Right.
Yeah.
We're
So-
I know it takes a lot of planning, right?
Well,
and money.
yeah, Tyler, we've got several projects that we have in the works at various stages, and obviously, as the mayor mentioned, it does require some money to get done. A couple of them, the sidewalks on Washington Street are a big part of it. Expanding rails to trails to try to provide some similar facility on the east side of Route 50. The state has been talking about it since 2019, but actual pedestrian crosswalks at Route 50 and Dover and Goldsboro Street, so that, you know, as somebody who lives on the east side of Route 50, I would never in a million years try to walk across 50. I always drive across, but this would make it easier for people to get across Route 50 on foot or on bike at Goldsboro and Dover. So there's a variety of things that we're trying to do. The mayor told me I'm forgetting something.
Complete Street.
Oh, right.
It's a big project that we've been working on.
Yes, the Complete Streets project as well. We just had a meeting about it last week. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on at various stages, and just something that I think everybody on the council and the mayor keeps wanting to talk. So I'm just going to let her talk.
The other thing is along with the ARPA project, as Ms. Curry mentioned, with the traffic lights, we're also putting in pedestrian crossings.
Right.
We can't upgrade every intersection at that time, but the plan is to upgrade to ADA compliance, the intersection, but the ped signals will go in first.
So yeah, a lot of different stuff.
Well, I understand that there are many projects that you guys are going through, and of course funding is always needed, but we appreciate your time and effort and everything you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
We need money. That's our mantra.
That's what every resident wants to hear.
Yes, what every resident
As
wants
a
to hear.
resident.
As a resident, I got you. All right. Again, thank you all for coming out tonight, and I appreciate your feedback. And you know where to find me. 204 Sycamore. And my business cards have my personal cell phone number on there, so I will answer no matter what, unless I'm sleeping. So thanks for coming out. And here's to Ward 1.